What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another 90-day diaries. Now, normally 90-day diaries is something that we do on Patreon, and I literally just done the full episode on Patreon, but this right here has to be shared. But before we get into it, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, every single person that is a member of Patreon, and every single person that is a subscriber. Now, with that being said, Rose. First hit the scenes on 90 Day Fiance with Big Ed. Yes, the man himself. And that season itself in particular is definitely what put Rose and Ed, especially Ed, on the map. Since then, we've had an overload of Ed time and time again. In fact, Ed is back again already for Happily Ever After. Did not Ed had the ability to be happy. But nonetheless, though, this isn't about Ed. This is all about Rose. And just identifying a pattern. Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to show you a clip from 90 Day Diaries, okay? And then I'm going to break down exactly what I'm thinking.
Slowly. So ngayon, nasa isang bagong relationship ako. I was really looking for love, but it just happened. I met Greg on social media. He first chat on me, messaged me, and I messaged him too because I think he's still nakatira sa Australia. Isa siyang real estate agent. Kaya I met Greg twice. I met him in Thailand with Prince, and second time he come here and banding together with my family. Greg is older than me, but for me, his age doesn't matter kasi alam niya na sobrang tindi din ang pinagdaanan ko.
And this is why we're here. Have you witnessed the pattern yet? If you have not, then I guess you haven't. But look at it this way. Look at it this way. We know that she was with Ed, a man that is older than her, far older than her. And we know that Ed is someone that has money to a certain degree. And it was quite fitting that when she was spending time with Ed, of course, everything came out of one pocket. And she was wine and dined from that one side by an older man. But once, of course, things didn't go well with Big Ed, and now I'm not going to put the blame on her necessarily because we all know Big Ed is a complete a-hole. And now, fast forward, and to be fair, some of the things that we've seen since then as well, quite interesting. But now we're here. And all of a sudden, she's back on 90 Day Fiance, but this time with another older man who just happens to also be in possession of the money. Now, of course, we can never forget that these men, Big Ed and this guy, are potentially going for a younger female from the Philippines on purpose for a certain narrative, not ignore that in any kind of way. But then there's also the other narrative of the female from the Philippines going for these older, rich guys. Process that. What do you see here? What do you identify here? I'm going to tell you exactly what I see and what I identify here. Rose is someone that is a user. She's more than happy to bounce from one paycheck to another. The question is, though, how long is Greg going to last? I mean, to be honest with you, let me show you the kind of mannerism that Greg brings to the table.
Yesterday, I picked up Greg to the airport, and today is going to park, and we band together with Prince.
I'm Greg, I'm 54, and I'm from Melbourne in Australia.
Stand more like this, more centered, a little bit centered. That's it, forward like that, big stand. And then push a little bit on the front foot. You try. Okay?
I'm happy to see Prince have a good relationship with Greg because this is the most important thing for Prince because he have no dad. Thank you for teach Prince to how to skateboard because I don't know how to use that.
And for me coming out here, even with just the quick trips as well, like on the time we spent together, I reckon it's really cool. We get to know each other better. You can feel it each time Prince and I get closer. As we get to know each other more, we like each other more,
Yes, of course.
100%.
101%.
Really? That's a lot. Okay, 101%. So, what happens if we go 110% or something, and then we really want to be together? And then the next step for us is like, first of all, coming to Australia. What if you came to Australia and then liked it? Would you live there?
I can answer you quickly for that. I don't want to be rushed because I don't want to be regretted in there.
Understand.
Now, when we identify the mannerisms of Greg, we also identify the body language of Rose. Now, of course, Rose, on the other hand, I'm not going to say that her having this face is a sign of necessarily saying that she's really not interested in him and she's only really interested in the pocket. I'm not going to say that because, to be honest with you, that is a face that she pulled pretty much the first time we saw her. So I feel like it is maybe one of those faces that she just generally pulls. So I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt in that one and not include that within my own analyzing, if you dig what I'm saying. But as far as I'm concerned, though, her rest of her body language and myself in particular was telling me, it was screaming to me that, yeah, I don't have any plans of actually leaving my homeland. I just have plans to just be with you, so therefore you can provide as much money possible for my son and for myself. Because remember, her son doesn't have a father figure. And of course, being a single mum, I can't imagine how hard it could potentially be in Thailand. I don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, though, when it comes to Rose, she's a very sketchy one. In fact, if you ask me, she's a very good actor in terms of, you know, playing the role of that I'm genuinely interested in this person, I genuinely want to get to know this person, I genuinely have this, I genuinely have that, when genuinely it's probably all just absolute cap or facade. But then again, we'll talk about Greg's obviously his mannerisms. Obviously, he's got a better personality than Big Ed. And the fact that he's got a better personality than Big Ed is going to sell this whole thing a whole lot more easier to us viewers. Because we're going to look at him and be like, well, at least he's a nice guy. At least he treats her nice, you know what I mean? And, you know, her response to him is slightly more better than Big Ed. But the fact is, though, it doesn't change a goddamn thing. Don't let the kindness that you see on screen fool you from someone's actual objective. The objective between both these two is very simple. He wants the objective of having a younger woman that he can take to Australia and therefore he can be the boss. But at the same time, though, she has objectives of finding men who are old, rich, and she can take advantage of their bank account. Which arguably, to be fair, when you put two and two together, this kind of says that you're both... You have basically met your matches, haven't you now? But again, listen, I could be wrong. I could be completely off the whim. I could be reaching. But like I say, usually when I have my own speculations, predominantly right. Okay? So better than mine, please. But nonetheless, though, I'm very interested to see what you guys think in the comments. Do you think Rose is a genuine person and she's generally looking to build a relationship with Greg? Or do you think she's in it really and truly just to get some more money in her pocket for her kid and for herself? And also at the same time, if you want to also share your opinions on Greg as well, do you think he's in it for love? Or do you think he's in it more for, you know what? Let me show you this next part here of what Greg says. And that may help you give your own conclusion on Greg's intentions as well.
The opportunities in Melbourne are big. Even for something like with transfer schooling opportunities and lifestyle in general.
I'm really hoping Rose wants to move to Melbourne, although it really, inside my heart, it's a really tough thing to ask her to do because I've seen how close she is to the family.
Do you think you'll live here?
Here?
Uh-huh.
I like it here.
Uh-huh.
And Filipino people are awesome. And your family's awesome.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
I know you're very busy to your country, to your business, to everything you do, but it's me too, here.
Yeah. And then to be together, we need to live somewhere. So we have to work that out. So I think we look at it and say, let's go to Melbourne. And you have the holiday in Melbourne, you see what it looks like there again.
Also, let's not forget, whilst you're making your choice on Greg's behavior as well and his intentions as well, also let's not forget one of the most important things here as well. The fact that Rose has introduced her son to another man that she barely knows, that she's still getting to know and still unsure, allegedly, about. Why would you bring your child to meet someone who you are unsure about? Lord knows how many men that has come across that kid's life. And then don't forget though, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes some people use their children. You don't know, you don't know. Some people even use their children as the bio saying, look, I've got a cute son. Nonetheless though, let me know what you're thinking in the comment section. But as far as I'm concerned, if you ask me, these are two people willing to use each other. And they just don't know it. And that is the part where I say I would not be surprised if I was to see these two on another episode of, or another season, shall I say, of 90 Day Fiance. And whether that be 90 Day Fiance or 90 Day Fiance Happy Ever After or before the 90 days, whatever it could be, as far as I'm concerned, TLC are always recasting people anyway. But hey, let me know what you're thinking. Like, subscribe, and peace.